Hey, what's going on, guys? It is your boy Jordan, and today I'm going to be talking about Scream 2. This is the Scream 2 review. I know it's been a fucking year, but I'm sorry. But anyway, Scream 5. Ooh, I cannot wait for that to hit theaters 2022. Yeah, I haven't been on here. A lot of shit going on, that COVID shit, the college starting up, and my job. Yeah. Literally every day it's one or the other. But anyway, I'm gonna go at this for the most part raw. I'm gonna start off with my pros, what I like about everything, and then we're gonna progress from there. But Scream 2, this movie really had no right to be as good as it was. It went into theaters, I think, under a year later than the first one. And usually movies that do that are either really bad or mediocre at best. So Scream 2 definitely has that going for it as a pro. It really does. But it stars Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, and David Arquette. And they're just as great as they were in the... Damn, that stutter. They're just as great as they were in the first one. Neve Campbell, she's definitely Sidney Prescott, the fucking best final girl of all time, for sure. But the college setting, this is the only one... No. Wait, is this college set in Woodsboro? I don't remember, dude. But I think it might be. I don't know. But I don't remember. But for the most part, everybody does just as good as they did in the first one. Randy's good. I know they killed that dude off, bruh. But he was really a great character. I don't know. I don't really think it was a mistake. But the thing that definitely is a bad thing about this series is that there's nobody left over from movie to movie, barely. Anyway. Scream 2, growing up, it was always my second favorite, but I also loved Scream 3. But as I got older, I realized that the quality wasn't as good in that movie, but it's still a guilty pleasure. It's really great. The class lecture with Randy and Mickey and everybody else, Cece and shit, and the professor, that was a really great scene. I noticed there's that little plot hole with him throwing it with his right hand, a little piece of paper, Mickey, and he's left-handed. And spoiler, but this movie is 23 years old. Mickey's the main killer. Him and Mrs. Loomis. And out of all of the openings, I feel like I will place, I don't know, Scream 2, it's an iconic one, but the first one is all the way up there, but then you go all the way down and it's all the other three movies. I don't think, of course, it's as good as the first one. It can be. A lot of coincidences, conveniences, I should say. The dude goes to the bathroom. Mickey is just all of a sudden just sitting in there, and somehow he knows his air is gonna be up. I said air. His ear is gonna be up against the stall door, and it's so, I don't know. It's still iconic, no matter what, but still, that's kind of a plot convenience. But also another convenience is that Phil and Maureen were chosen for their names and shit. That's a really big a convenience. But it's dropped just as quickly. Dude, why do I stutter so much? It drops just as quickly as it comes into the movie. So yeah, Zach Cherry explained it pretty well though. His channel's pretty fire. But anyway, as for how the rest of the characters are, what's her name? I'm sorry, guys. I really came into this raw, but Sydney's friend in the movie, Hallie, she's pretty good. Derek's pretty good. Randy is pretty much just as great as he was. He got killed off, but you know, I still don't see that as a negative thing. Everybody is always like rambling on about how bad that is, but honestly, like it's normal to me. Like, I grew up with these movies, so I was just like, okay, Randy dies. He's a great character, you know. He must have needed to die here. You know, it wasn't too bad of a choice. But as I said earlier, none of these characters go to the next movie, and he was one of those characters that actually really did. And then they kind of tried to force him into Scream 3. But yeah, Mickey is a great character. Like, he disappears for the last 45 minutes, so you kind of know who the killer is. Like, it's like Mickey, we haven't seen him in almost an hour. You feel me? And Miss Loomis, a lot of people like to try to get on her motive. Like, you weren't there for your son, so why now? You feel me? But to me, it doesn't seem that far-fetched. You know, obviously her abandoning her son was a bad thing, but like, I still can see a mother doing what she did. Like, a lot of people like to think, like, they talk about it like it's like so out of place, but honestly, if you ask me, it's actually pretty in place. You feel me? Like, even if she left her son, I'm sure she still loved him, and she probably feels a lot of that regret or some shit, and that could probably tie a little bit into her motive. Overall, the killer reveals were pretty good. I don't think they were the best. My favorite is Billy, Stu, and Jill. Those are my top 3 Ghostface. I mean, Roman always got a place in my heart because, again, I have a soft spot for Scream 3. I love that movie. I don't care what anybody says. It really had everything going against it, and it still, for me, is a pretty good movie. But anyway, as for Ghostface in this, which will be like kind of a negative, like all these movies, the kills aren't too standout-ish. That's a good thing that they do in a TV series, though. Like, that, the kills are pretty innovative and well thought out. You know, it's not just garbage. You feel me? Well, okay, I don't mean to say these are garbage, but for kills, it's pretty much just stabs, you know, except the one where the guy gets the poles through his head. And I guess we're in my negatives now. I didn't kind of transition into that properly, but yeah, we're in my negatives now. It has a right to have negatives. You know, they wrote this in such a short amount of time. It like came out like days. Like, I don't know. It wasn't even exactly a year when this movie came out since Scream 1 came out. You feel me? It was like, okay, this is a big hit. We need to make a new movie. And it was like in theaters for like 5 months or some shit like that. Yeah, it was a really big hit. So, yeah, it really had everything going against it. But I don't know. It's my 3rd favorite movie. Scream 1 and 4, I love those. I love them. I love 3 and 2 as well, no matter what anybody says. People usually put this at number 2, and I got respect for this film. Again, it had everything going against it. It was such short, like, you know, like writing time and shit, and it's really a classic, just like the first one. Okay, like, you feel me? Really, the only negatives is Mickey is pretty predictable. Mrs. Loomis, I kind of, you know, defend her from those people that say that she's, you know, her motive is, what's the word, inept? No, like, it's not good enough because she wasn't there, but I feel like, you know, she probably feels some guilt or some shit, you know, for not being there, and it's like, damn, my son's dead and this bitch killed him. You feel me? But although it's not as good as the first one, Scream 2, man, it's a real classic, and I love the movie. Even though it may seem it has some plot holes every once in a while, I think honestly, if you haven't seen the channel Zach Cherry, like he makes some good video. He made a good video on like who killed who, and he kind of explained through some of those plot holes. So you should go check him out. But anyway, yeah, that's about it for this video. I will upload a Scream 3 review at some point. I promise it won't be as long. I'm really gonna try to build the channel because I really wanted to do this, and yeah, I think I'm gonna try to start back up on it. But as for the film, out of 5, I think I can get it a good, I don't know, 3.5 to 4, because it is a great movie, but you know, it's not like the most amazing music movie. Even though Scream is in my top 3 like horror slashers and shit, I really love this franchise. But anyway, oh my god, I'm so excited for Scream 5. I cannot wait, dude. But if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.